I seen recently with some, you know, with Young Noble, who I look at as a family member. And, you know, one thing I just want to mention, I don't lie in interviews. I don't chase clout. I don't do things for likes and views. So for you to do an interview, and the only reason I'm addressing this publicly because you mentioned these things publicly, so I figure I have a right to, you know, respond publicly in a respectful manner, of course. So when you mention these things to try to make it seem like I'm lying in my interviews by saying that the story with Jim Belushi and the hamburger, you know what I'm talking about, was something I just pretty much ain't know what I was talking about. You're gonna tell the true story, then you say the same exact words as I said when you know, explain the story. Even everybody in the comments was confused and said, why did you say Moo was wrong or wasn't correct, and you explained the same story? I said, that's nothing, you know, alhamdulillah, I can't really, you know, dwell on that. That wasn't nothing. I didn't take offense to that. And then again, even though it doesn't matter, it happened over 20-something years ago, but alhamdulillah, I'm glad that it did happen because I didn't want to be on the stage with Diddy. Then you, once again, made it seem like I didn't snatch the mic from him, which I said this is ignorant stuff. You know, it happened 20-something years ago before I was a Muslim. But it's one of the moments that I can say I'm proud of, that I didn't stay on the stage and perform next to a person that it might seem like he had something to do with the death of a good friend of mine, which is Pac, and I didn't stay on the stage with Diddy. So you pretty much said, like, it's not like he snatched the mic from him. His song was finishing. As if I grabbed the mic once again. But then you say we got kicked out of the MTV. If I didn't snatch the mic from him, then why did we get kicked out of the MTV? I sabotaged it purposely because I didn't want to be on the stage with an individual that my friend passed away having some difficulties with. I figured, like, loyalty is something that we have to take to our graves. Like I said, alhamdulillah to the kids, to make it clear, these things are ignorant, but the only reason I'm really replying back is because you coming off as if I'm lying in my interviews. And I have receipts, alhamdulillah. You know, Steve LaBelle got a video up where he said the reason why the MTV was shut down that day because Napoleon snatched the mic from Diddy, because I didn't want to be on the stage with an individual who my friend at that time was beefing, who didn't like. I just feel like loyalty, no amount of fame, no amount of money, should make you not stick to a friend even though he passed away. Your loyalty is very important, and that's the reason why I did that. So, and then again, I see comments where you once again saying, oh, these are his stories, Muta stories. He left the group in 2003, as if these stories are not true. I don't have reason to lie. Alhamdulillah, yes, I left the group 2003 after I accepted the religion of Islam. Alhamdulillah, one of the best decisions I ever made. But I just want to address it in a respectful manner. You know, I don't even, we just spoke a couple days ago. You know, we just talked before that a couple months ago. So that's why it's really taking me by surprise, because we're in contact with each other. So if you've had these things in your heart, or I said something wrong that you didn't like, I just don't know why when we was on the phone with each other, you didn't tell me these things. I have to hear it from an interview. But once again, alhamdulillah.